Hi guys, we're going to get started with Show Me the Money. That is our topic for today. My name is Shannon Hudson. I am a diamond with Young Living Essential Oils. And I just want to, before we really start, I want to give you a little bit about who I am and where I came from, because I really think it's important to know who's speaking into your life. I was introduced to Young Living Essential Oils in February of 2007 by this amazing woman right here. This is Sherry. I affectionately call her my stalker to this day because she was the woman who didn't stop sharing with me. She told me about Young Living multiple times. She kept coming to me and she'd say, Shannon, you got to try these oils. These oils are great. And I wasn't interested. And honestly, I wasn't interested for several reasons. One of those reasons is I didn't like the way the oil smelled. I know that's not okay. I know everybody's going, oh my gosh, how can you say that? But I didn't. The first oil she ever introduced me to was oregano. And to this day, I think it smells like dirty socks. It's just not an oil that I personally enjoy. And she shared that with me and I didn't like it. And she's like, oh, but you'll love these oils. And she kept sharing over and over because she had had an amazing experience. She used the oils. She's seen some things happen in her life. And she said, oh, Shannon, you got to try it. And we did this for months. For months, she would come and talk to me about the oils. We'd get together at homeschool group and she'd start talking about the oils and I'd roll my eyes and, very politely tell her no. And as the time progressed, she got a little more aggressive. She would bring CDs and put them on my doorknob when I wasn't home. So I would come up and I'd be like, what's that? And I'd listen to the CD about the oils. And she just kept going on and on. But it wasn't just the smell of the oils. I also knew it was a network marketing company, a multi-level marketing, relationship marketing, whatever you want to call it. And I wasn't interested. I had done multiple level marketing companies through the years, and we had decided we just weren't interested anymore. It wasn't a journey that we personally wanted to take. So we had tried lots of things that didn't work for us. We weren't interested. We had actually gotten to the point where my husband said, honey, you can't even go to a purse party because you're going to go to the purse party. You're going to think you can do better than the person on the stage. And then you're going to come home with a kit for purses. He's just like, no more. And what he didn't like was that I would get my hopes up. I would get so excited. We're a homeschool family. We've got 4 kids, and I was always looking for something that would allow me to be able to stay home and do the mom thing. And I was burned out, so I didn't like it because of that. I also didn't like it because I knew some of her upline and I didn't care for them. We were not on good terms at the time, and I'm like, no way, I don't want to work with that person. Even if I did decide I wanted to do your stupid oils, I wouldn't do it with you because of the people that she was in business with. And so there were multiple things. We were also dealing with lots. My mom was going through some health issues, and she needed us at home. And my husband, myself, my 4 kids, we had moved home to help take care of her. My dad also had health issues. So it was just a very chaotic time in my life. And every time Sherry would talk about these oils, I'd be like, no, thank you. And I said all kinds of sweet things. And then I got to the point where I'm like, if you don't stop talking to me about it, I'm going to get frustrated. And I did one day. I kind of snapped at her. She started talking about the oils and I just snapped. I said, what is wrong with you? You know everything I have going on. How can you keep talking to me about these stupid oils? If you were any kind of a friend, you wouldn't bring them up again. And I just kind of lost it on her. And she and her daughter left. And like any good stalker, she called me up 3 days later and she said, Shannon, you got to try my oils. And I'm telling you, that passion, that excitement, I look back in time now because at that point when she called me that day, I finally did let her come over. I'm like, this is the deal. I think you're in some kind of an occult. You come over. I'm going to listen to the whole deal. I want to talk to the person that has you so, riled up about these oils. I'm going to prove they're crazy and I'm going to save you. That was my whole intent. And she was fine with it. She said, whatever it takes for you to sit down and listen, because I really think that these oils would be great for you. So anyways, they came over that day and it was not a friendly situation. It wasn't happy. My husband didn't want her there. My mom and dad were there because we were living in their home taking care of them, and nobody wanted these people coming over at all. So it was not a pleasant situation. But I can tell you this, that when the oils were put on me, and we had the raindrop oils, and against my will, Sherry ended up applying those oils to my neck. And in 25 minutes, my life was radically and dramatically changed. Radically and dramatically changed. It was like my head had been in a hole and my eyes were covered, my ears were plugged, and suddenly I could see. And suddenly I realized that there was so much more available, that the possibility, the what if factor was huge. And it's been now 7 years since we were introduced to Young Living. And sometimes I stop and I really think about what would have changed, what would be different if my stalker had not stalked me down. And the truth is, if it wasn't for Sherry, I got to ask the simple question, what about them? And what I mean by that is it wasn't just my life that was changed. My husband's life, my kids. I have 4 beautiful, amazing children. David, Alicia, Cassie, Brianna. Their lives have been changed. Who they are today and what they expect out of life is completely different than what our expectations were 7 years ago. Back in 2007, we cleaned toilets for a living. We had a cleaning company, and my kids, we were so truly busy that my kids would bring their homeschool stuff with us on all of our cleaning jobs, and they would sit at the table or sit on the floor, and they would do their school while mom cleaned because we didn't have a break. We didn't have time. I think, their life is different. Their expectations for life is different. What they want out of life is different. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, we're different people. But then it didn't just stop with my immediate family. We've got my mom. Remember, we were living in their home. Their life was changed. My mom and my dad, my mom, when we were introduced, had breast cancer and was dealing with that. And there was depression, there was sadness, so many different things. But being able to get out there and help some people and change their life, regardless of physical. My mom did end up passing away. But my mom passed away being able to do so many things off of her bucket list. So many things that she never thought was even possible, because emotionally what happens when you start using these oils, you change a little bit. And that's what happened to my mom. My mom actually built her team to silver and then to gold, and was able to go to one convention, cross stages, silver and gold. And that was part of her bucket list. She was able to travel around the world and talk to her family and tell them that there's options, the what if. See, that's what Young Living is to me. Young Living gives us options. Stuff is going to happen. I would never stand before anybody and tell people that Young Living cures everything, because it's not reality. In reality, in truth, our body has cycles that it goes through. And my mom, when she passed away at home, surrounded by her family, peaceful. Because that's what it's supposed to be like, not the fear and the terror. Because emotionally, do these oils do things? Well, we know they do. I'm just saying, what if? What if Sherry had not stalked me down? It would have been a completely different scenario for my mom. I'm just saying, there are things. And then my friends, Cecilia Matheson, so many different lives. And these are just the highlights of people who I know their life was changed dramatically and radically in the past 7 years since I've been in Young Living. And I think about each of them, and I think about their stories and the number of people or the number of lives that they've touched. See, to me, Diamond, it's not a rank. Diamond isn't a paycheck. Diamond isn't the great things that we get. Those are all there. It's all a part of it. When you talk about show me the money, show me the abundance, it's the lives. Think about how many lives a Royal Crown Diamond has touched. How many people who will never, ever, ever be the same. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. And I think to myself, what if Sherry wouldn't have shared? What if she would have just let it go? What would have happened to them? I mean, really, I know who I am. I know what my experiences are. And I know that in the world, according to Shannon, if something good happens to you, you have a moral and ethical responsibility to help to tell other people. That's just how it works. My life was changed. It was changed. It was like my eyes were opened. I had energy. It was like coming out of a fog. How could I not tell other people that change took place in my life? So I did. I told one person a week. It wasn't huge. I didn't go out there and decide I'm going to change the world. But I did tell one person a week. I did it at homeschool group because that's when I had time. I shared with one person a week. And I said, what if? And when I said what if, and I handed them the applications, and I said, just try it, because what if? What if? Oh my gosh, what if? And then have the common courage to tell other people. That's what I said. Get yours, play with your oils, take those oils, use them 3 times a day, every single day in some way, shape, or form, and tell other people that there's options, because people don't know. Their eyes were just as blinded as I was. Because we have to. And through the years being with Young Living, I love our income disclosure statement. I absolutely love it because it's such a beautiful story that it tells. I mean, the first thing that you have to note is that 92% of all active members are ranked as distributor. And you know what that means? 92% of the people that are in Young Living just love the products and use the products. That's all. They're just oilers. They just like to play with their peppermint and play with their orange oil and play with their ninja red. They're just oilers. There's only 8% of those people, only 8% that are actually ranked from star and above. So star, senior star, executive, distributor, all the way up. I went to distributor, executive, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, royal crown diamond, and crown diamond. Only 8%. The rest of the people just love the product. And I think it's important for you to remember that for perspective. If you're watching this video, this is Show Me the Money. You want to understand business, and I want you to understand this. That if you looked at your team and you've got 100 people on your team, 92% of them are just going to love the products. It's okay. Instead, we seem to feel like a failure. We look at our team and we go, oh my gosh, I've got 100 people and I've only got like 2 or 3 builders. Well, look at your numbers. 8% of your people, because statistic, that's what we have, 8% of your people are the ones that are going to share. So you've got some that are stars, you've got some that are senior stars. It's perspective. This is why when you've only got 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 people on your team, it can get so frustrated and feel like you're all on your own. Like, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. Because for some people, it's just not their time. It's not their moment. They're not ready. Right now, they just want to love on the products, and we need to be happy with that and let them love on the products and let them be where they need to be. And you just keep talking to more people, keep talking to more people. So you have more people, that 8%, those are the ones that will continue to share, but your odds aren't going to change. If you have 10 people in your group and you've got one person that's willing to tell somebody else, you're doing fantastic. So be excited about that. Accept that part of you. And I want to sit here just for a minute and talk about it. We're going to go over how the money is made, but I want to start right here. The average star in Young Living works about 5 hours a week, and they average $73 a month that they make. Now that's not bad. $73, that allows them to be able to be on an Essential Rewards auto ship. That allows them to be able to get some of their products. That allows them to be able to cover that. So if they're out sharing a little bit, they can get their bottle of ninja red and maybe a peppermint to go with it. That's nice. That's a big deal. Then we've got our senior stars. The average senior star in Young Living works around 7 hours a week, and they make around $261 a month. Now that's really nice because that really does cover the products that they want to get. So that's going to cover a couple bottles of Ninja Red. It's going to cover some of the supplements, maybe their Thieves product. It's going to give them a little bit coming back. So it's not coming out of their expenses. They're able to go out there and just use the income that's coming in to use for their next Young Living product. Then we've got our executives. The average executive in Young Living works about 11 hours a week, and they make, on average, $617 a month. Now, $617, this is an executive. This is a part-time job, 11 hours, and that $617, even if they took $300 to go for bills and taxes, that still leaves them a little over $300 that they can invest in themselves for getting some books to educate themselves, for getting their oils, for getting their Ninja Red, getting their supplements going. That's just at the rank of executive that they can already do that. And then we move up to silvers. The average silver in Young Living works around 17 hours a week, and the average makes $2,335. Now, this is a big deal when you consider the fact that income around the United States is so much lower than it used to be. This is in addition to your regular check. We're not saying stop your job. We're not saying quit doing what you're doing. We're saying, what if you did this too? What if you stepped out there and you started sharing with some people because good things are happening to you, and you turn that around and you help other people achieve the same thing? For silver, that means you could easily have 300 or so going where it's paying for your taxes and any events that you want to go to and the different things that we're always telling you should be a part of. Then you can have, $1,000 going into your lifestyle, directly into lifestyle, so that you can maybe make that car payment, start paying off your bills. That should be a dream for every single one of us, to be debt free. That's part of what Young Living can give to us. And then there's still another $1,000 that you can get some product and do whatever else your little heart desires with it. So you can bring a little bit of that ooh la fun we're talking about, and that's at the rank of silver. But we don't stop there. We go to gold. The average gold in Young Living is 23 hours a week, and the average gold in Young Living is making $6,500 a month. In case you don't do the math, that is $78,000 a year. And might I remind you, that's still part-time. That's 23 hours. What would change in your life? What would change? What would you do different? Would you live in the same house? Would you start paying off your bills? Would you be able to pay for your kids' schooling? Is there debt that you'd be able to get out from under? That, when I first was diagnosed and had some different health issues going on, there was a lot of changes I wanted to make, a lot of changes, not just Young Living. There was stuff that I wanted to be able to do, a water purifier system, just different things. That increase, that covers all those lifestyle changes. Young Living is about so many different things. It's not just about a drop of oil. There's so many parts and pieces. And this is with the increase that we can get. And then we've got Platinum. The average Platinum in Young Living works 32 hours a week. 32 hours a week, which is still not the 40 plus hours a week most people make. And they're bringing home, their average monthly income is $15,721. That's $188,000 a year. Working a somewhat part-time job. That's what Platinums do. And what if it even took you? I know that there are people that are signing up and they're going diamond within a year. I get that. But what if it took you 4 years to get to that point? Would it still be worth it? Because if you take the next 4 years, because see, 4 years is going to go by either way. Time will still continue. Whether you choose to step up and do your Young Living business full time, or whether you decide just to play with it, time will still go. 4 years from now, if you don't do Young Living, where will your income be? What will have changed? But if you do, what are the possibilities? And then we go to Diamond. Notice Diamond is when it finally gets to that full time. 45 hours a week is the average. And on that, an average Diamond makes $32,000 every single month. Month after month after month after month. What would you do? What would your life be like? Are there other people that you'd be able to help that right now you see a need and you want to be able to help the people? You see a charity that you want to do. You see, ours was, we were broke. We were legitimately making $11,000 a year when we came into Young Living. Toilet bowl cleaners, $11,000 a year. And our 4 kids, they were the kids that we had to hope we got a scholarship so that they could go to camp. We had to hope they got, and if only 2 or 3 of my kids got a scholarship and the other ones didn't, I had to explain to them why they couldn't. It was hard. That's where we came from. When people say you have to have a certain skill set, be a certain way, we're not. We don't fit any of those molds. We were toilet bowl cleaners from Flint, Michigan. I'm overweight. I have a beard. I mean, there's nothing about me that says, wow, this woman should be able to tear it up. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter your past. It's what are you going to do with your future? 32,000, that's a lot. That's a game changer. Then there's Crown Diamond. The average Crown Diamond in Young Living works around 36 hours and they make $57,000 a month on average. What if? Like, if you just paused for a moment and you thought about it, what would you do different? How would you do it? Where would you live? Who are the people that you would help? Then we go one more, and that's Royal Crown Diamond. The average Royal Crown Diamond in Young Living works around 37 hours a week. On average, they make $106,000 every single month. Every single month. Every single month. So you can even sit here right now and think of all the different things that you would do, the charities you would help, the people that you would help, the houses that you would live in, your lifestyle. Think about, but just make all the plans and go ahead and spend that whole $106,000. Because next month you get a check again, just like that. That's how this works. It doesn't go away. Just what if? What are the possibilities? Who? What? Where? When? Why? It's totally up to you. When you look at this chart right here, I want you to ask yourself, at what point do you see yourself? Like, what point? Like, you might be looking at Royal Crown Diamond right now and going, no way, it's too far away. There's no way, it's too big. That's okay. What happens when you look at gold? What happens when you look at silver? At what point do you go, yeah, I could do that. I could hit that. I could do that. That I see, because that's the one I want you to focus on. That's the one I want you to start with. Because you got to start building that belief, that possibility, that what if, because you were created to be amazing. Young Living's compensation plan was designed and created to help you succeed. I love the thought and time that Gary and Mary Young put into this compensation plan. It's divided into 3 different sections. So see here in the red, it says building a foundation. That's when you're just getting started. That is for our distributors, our stars, our senior stars, and our executives. Then here in the green, that is creating success. That's our silvers, our golds, and our platinums. Then in the purple, we've got enjoying abundance. And that is our diamonds, our crown diamonds, and our royal crown diamonds. And I just want to go over some of these words so you understand them. PV stands for personal volume. Personal volume. Then you have OGV, that stands for organizational group volume. That's you and everybody in your group, all your points put together, that's your OGV. Then we have PGV. PGV is your personal group volume. That's you and all of your points down to your first leader legs. So each of your leader legs, they count as their OGV and they count in your OGV, but your personal group volume, that's you and everybody in your group that has not achieved a rank yet. So then we've got our leg times OGV, and what that's asking is how many legs do you have and what are the points that they're at? How many legs do you have and what are the points they're at? And so to your qualifications to maximize the Young Living compensation plan. And maximize means to get everything Young Living wants to give you. To maximize it, everybody from distributor all the way to Royal Crown Diamond has to have 100 PV Essential Rewards auto ship all the way through. Now I'll tell you a couple of quickies. Number one, you can get a check from Young Living and never have an Essential Rewards auto ship. You can. I wouldn't recommend it. You get so many bonuses and rewards for having an Essential Rewards auto ship, but you can get that check. You also can get a check for having 50 points. So instead of 100, you can get a check for 100 points. But on both cases, if you don't have 100 PV Essential Rewards auto ship, there's a couple bonuses that you're not going to get paid on because you're either not at 100 or it's not an Essential Rewards auto ship. That's why we verbalize to maximize. It's 100 PV Essential Rewards auto ship. And then OGV. So this is how it works. When you sign up in Young Living, you become a distributor right from the get-go. That's what everybody starts at. Even our Royal Crown Diamonds all started as distributors. To move up to the rank of star, your organizational group volume, which is you and everybody in your group, has to be at 500 PV. For senior star, it has to be at 2,000 PV. For executive, it has to be at 4,000 PV. But you notice how there's another qualifier under the executive? That's when the leg times OGV comes in. So for an executive, you have to have that 100 PV order. You also have to have 4,000 organizational group points, which is you and everybody with you. And then you have to have 2 legs, and each leg has to have at least 1,000 points of their own. So Young Living wants to know that you actually have people following you, that you're duplicating the process. So right there, you're teetering on that leadership point. So when you move into silver, there's one other thing that is added, and that is the PGV. So you have to have your 100 PV Essential Rewards auto ship. You have to have 10,000 OGV with you and everybody in your group. You have to have at least 1,000 outside of your 2 qualifier legs. So 1,000 points that are not a part of your 2 legs at 4,000 each. And Young Living just wants to make sure that you really are doing this, that you're not just riding somebody else's, because you could have 2 people underneath you just tearing it up, doing great. That doesn't bump you up to another rank unless you have that 1,000 outside. And that PGV of 1,000, that goes for silver all the way to Royal Crown Diamond. That will always be something you have to have. Then to move up to the rank of gold, your OGV has to go up to 35,000, and you have to have 3 legs at 6,000. To move up to platinum, you have to have 100,000 OGV and 4 legs at 8,000. To move up to diamond, you're going to be at 250,000 with 5 legs at 15,000. To move up to crown diamond, it's 750,000 OGV and 6 legs at 20,000. At Royal Crown Diamond, it is 1.5 million OGV that is moving through your organization every single month with 6 legs at 35,000. So those are the things you have to do to qualify at those ranks. And you can write that down, you can study that, you can just kind of pay attention to what your next ranks are so you're ready for it. And as you move up, it's going to make a lot more sense to you. So this is how you get paid with Young Living. Young Living's compensation, we have a unilevel bonus. And as a distributor, you automatically get paid on your level 1s at 8%. That is from distributor all the way to Royal Crown Diamond. On the level 2 people that you enroll, you're going to get paid 5% all the way across the board. Level 3, it is 4%. Level 4, it goes up to 4%. Level 5 is 4%. So you get, as a distributor, level 1 and level 2. As a star, you get an extra, so you get level 3. As a senior star, you go to level 4. An executive, you go to level 5. And that maximizes our unilevel bonus. And again, that is from distributor all the way to Royal Crown Diamond. But then we have lots of extras that we do. So our compensation is the unilevel bonus. That's our compensation. But then for our bonuses, and a bonus means that you have to do something over and above. It's an extra that you get, not just plain compensation. So the first one I want to do is all the way at the bottom of the page. It's the little purple box that says Start Living Kit. This is a $25 bonus that's on every premium kit. So any premium kit that Young Living offers, when somebody enrolls with that kit, you get a $25 thank you from Young Living for getting the person started with enough product that they'll share. That's the world according to Shannon. I think when somebody only has one teeny tiny little bottle, they're kind of greedy and they're not going to share that with other people. Think about you when one of your oil bottles is getting empty, you're like, you can smell it, but don't take the bottle, right? Well, this gets people started with enough product. That's the Start Living Kit bonus. Then we have in green there, the Fast Start bonus. And this is a two-parter. The Fast Start bonus means that the enroller is paid 25% on new enrollees PV for the first 3 months. So when you enroll a new person, you get paid 25% on everything that they do for the first 3 months. So even if they place 3 orders in their first month, you're getting paid 25% on the cumulative of that order right there. And that's for 3 consecutive months. But then we have a second part, and I like to call this the Forever bonus. This is where you get paid 10% on enrollees' newly enrolled members PV for the first 3 months. So every single time you have somebody that you enrolls a new person, you get paid 10% on that person for 3 months. So even people that we enrolled 7 years ago, when they enroll people right now, we get paid 10% on them for the first 3 months. And I look at the whole Fast Start bonus. This is the training bonus. This is what Young Living is a little bit different from other businesses. I share my oils in order to help people get started. I let them sample them. I let them try them. I let them play with the oils. And this is a way of getting that back into my hands. It also, there's a lot more work when a new person is. They've got lots of questions. And so that 25% and that 10%, that is to encourage me to help the new people to be able to duplicate the process. So we've got your Start Living Kit bonus and the Fast Start bonus, and now we've got the Rising Star bonus. And I do not think anybody gives enough time to this Rising Star bonus. The Rising Star bonus is all about structure. It's about building your team the right way. So if you look on here, there is leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, leg 4, leg 5, leg 6, and leg 7 for this whole structure. So you're talking about 7 legs total. Now I want you again to look up at the top where it says Royal Crown Diamond, leg times OGV. So how many legs do you have to have in order to maximize to go Royal Crown Diamond? You need 6. In this structure, this Rising Star bonus sets you up with 7 legs so that you're building enough width so that you can succeed. I see so many people that start building and they build just for silver because they want to win the silver and 6, which is a phenomenal incentive. It is going from the rank of executive to the rank of silver in 6 months or less. And Young Living gives you this amazing Aroma Complete. You get your name in a catalog, you get pins, you get all these different things. It's exciting. But I want your picture to be bigger than just silver. Deborah Rayburn has a phenomenal book called Road to Royal, and she really talks about this. But the Rising Star bonus, what they do is they take 1% pool of all of the commissionable sales in the world with Young Living. And then they divide this up and you get shares according to how many legs you have qualified. So this is where I say to maximize, because everybody in this structure, your Rising Star bonus, has to be on 100 PV Essential Rewards auto ship in order for this structure to work, including the person who is getting the check and everybody that's in it. So if you have 3 legs, and all 3 of those legs have 300 OGV, and they at least have 100 PV Essential Rewards auto ship, you get 1 share of that commissionable pool. When you have 2 additional legs, leg 4 and leg 5, and they're at 500 OGV, you get 2 additional shares. When you have 2 additional legs, like 6 and 7, and they're at 1,000, so you've got 2 at 1,000, 2 at 500, and 3 at 300, you get 3 additional shares for a total of 6 possible shares out of that extra commission. Now, this is a phenomenal incentive because it really starts you right at the beginning, building the right structure so that you can succeed and grow. All right, so from the Rising Star bonus, we have another bonus, and there's actually 2 more I'm going to talk about. One is our Generation Commissions, and that's the one you're going to see here in the purple. And this is for everybody from silver and above. So the minute you go silver, you get a raise. That one right there you see, you are your first generation as a silver. You're your first generation, and you will get an additional 2.5% on everybody in your group all the way down as far as they go. So we get unilevel on 5 levels, but the generation commissions, these go all the way down. So you get that 2.5% all the way down to your first silver or above. When there's a silver and above, what happens as a silver, you get, instead of 2.5%, you now get 3% because you help somebody else in your group achieve a rank. And you get paid as a silver down on 2 generations of silvers. Then when you move to the rank of gold, you get paid down on another generation. When you move to the rank of platinum, it goes down again. Diamond, crown diamond, you continue getting that. When you become a royal crown diamond, it goes on your 8th generation. So you are the first one, 7 additional, and that 7th one down there, number 8, you're going to get 1% on that 8th level of generation. So this is huge. How far down can you get paid? Really deep. It goes really, really far, which is exciting. And then we have our I think that actually is an increase right now. Our 6% pool, this is a generation leadership bonus. And this you get paid on everyone that's in that purple box. Anyone that you get paid as a generation commission, you also get the shares for. So for every silver in your organization, you're going to get 1 share. For every gold in your organization, you're going to get 2 shares. For every platinum, you're going to get 3. For diamonds, you get 4. For crown diamonds, you get 5. Royal crown diamonds, 6. And even like right now, I'm at the rank of diamond. If I had crown diamonds or royal crown diamonds in my group, I would get shares for them as well, but up to whatever shares I get. So as a diamond, I would get 4 shares on each of them. And this is a commissionable sales around the world, all put into a kitty, and then it's divided between everybody that wins those, everybody that gets that bonus that particular month. So there's just so many different levels to this. And I get it. The first time you hear it, it can be confusing, and there's all kinds of different videos online that you can listen to really get another picture of it and hear it from another direction and hear it over and over again. And if you go to our website, shannonhudsonyl.com, I have this part of it under Compensation 101, so you can listen to it over and over and over again. You can also get this paper that you're looking at. This is just a quick cheat sheet I do for my PowerPoints, but that's available on our website as well, so you can watch that too. So I guess the most thing I want you to know is you were created to be extraordinary. You were created to be extraordinary. What are you going to do with the gifts and talents you have? Don't let anything or anyone stop you from achieving the greatness God put inside you. I think Young Living is an outreach. I think it is something the world needs to know, that there's options, that we were supposed to feel amazing, that we're supposed to have energy, that we're supposed to be able to remember where we left the car, all those things. It's supposed to be there. And we are supposed to be, it's okay to have wealth. It's okay to have abundance. We deserve it. I'm just saying, there's so many things. There's lots of different things you can do for continuing Young Living education while this series is going on. You can also go to my website, shannonhudsonyl.com. We share everything we have on there for free. It's open to everybody. We have a great Facebook group called 1090 Plan. It's open to everybody that's working towards 90 days of just massive action. You can join that. I do Periscope, Shannon Hudson at Shannon Hudson. And then we have conference calls. Now they're actually done for the winter, but they will start back up in January. We're taking the holidays off, but everybody is welcome to join us for those. We've got a winter wellness reboot coming up in Michigan, February 5th and 6th. It's going to be 2 full days of awesome education. Then we have our Building for Diamond 101 that's coming up December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It's an online webinar. Love to have you join us. And then we have the recordings, Building for Diamond 101 and Building for Diamond 102. Those were each 3-day series, 90 minutes a day of just really setting your sights for Diamond and how you're going to not only get there, but how you're going to take other people on that. And you can get details and register for our upcoming events at shannonhudsonyl.com. Just tell other people. People need to know there's an option. Thank you so much for letting me speak into your life. God bless.